Hello guys, today we'll see how to create a Hibernate applications to perform CRUD operations. Okay, let us start. So for that, first you need to create a Maven project. So for that, first you have to type Control plus N, Control N. So and here you have to type Maven project. You have to type Maven project, then click Enter. So now we are skipping archetype selection, means we are not selecting any architecture, any Maven architecture, and then click next. And here you have to mention group ID. Okay, it can be anything, but better it will better if you start with con. It's a good con.skss. Okay, demo. We'll keep as demo and artifact ID. Employee project Hibernate application. Okay, and then we'll click finish. So you can see in the bottom the application is being created. Okay, creating employee Hibernate application project. And at the same time, what you have to do is you have to go to Maven repository. Go to Maven repository, and here you need to search for Hibernate. Search for Hibernate. After searching for Hibernate, you have to go to Hibernate core relocation. Okay, so then you have to select any one of the things. Better I will select 5.6.14. So meanwhile we'll go and check in the Eclipse. So the application is created totally. You can see here all the layers are created. Okay, next what we have to do, we have to open the form.xml, and here below the version tag, here we have to use dependency stack. Dependencies and get suggestion, just click enter. So between these stacks we have to add our dependencies. Let's go to Maven repository. So the one thing we have selected 5.6.14, just you need to copy. It will be copied by just clicking on it, and then go to Eclipse and paste between the dependency stacks. And we have to add one more dependency tag, that is MySQL. Just search for MySQL, click enter. You have to select MySQL connector J, and here you can select 5.0.32. Just click on it, it will be copied. Go to Eclipse and paste it here. And now you have to type one command in order to set in a proper format. ctrl plus shift plus F. Okay, in order to arrange. Control shift F. Now it is aligned. Save the file and close the file. And the next thing, in our Hibernate application, we have to connect to the database. So for that, every time you have to think about resource. So you have to select src slash main slash resources. So inside this folder, we have to create one folder, meta hyphen inf. We have to create one folder, that is meta inf. Remember that. And inside that meta inf, we have to create one more file that exactly naming it as persistence.xml. Okay, this is the path we have to create. Inside this file, we have to configure all the database details. So what we will be doing, observe carefully. Select src main resources, control N, and here we have to search for folder, general folder, select, and here you can see inside a employee project src main resources should be selected. So here you name it as meta-inf. Enter. Now after selecting meta-inf, control N, and we are going to create a file, persistence.xml file. Search for file, select file under general, click enter, and make sure meta-inf is selected under employee project. Now the name should be exactly as it is, no spelling mistakes. If something is gone wrong, you will get exception. Again, you have to change a lot of details. So better you correct yourself now itself. Persistence.xml. Click finish. So after that, inside this XML file, we need to just paste the code. Just go to my GitHub account, github.com/shashank8639. So after going to this folder, click on supporting file, and then you have to go to persistence.xml. There you will get this code. Just copy all this code, and go to your Eclipse, paste inside this persistence.xml. So here change the name. So we'll keep it as emp. I'll keep it as emp, and here we have to provide database name. So now I'll be providing AB school, which is already present in my database. Okay, and here we have to provide my user. Every MySQL database username is root. My MySQL database password is root. So I provided this database, okay, which is present in my database application. Okay, so you also have to provide the database which is present in your database. Okay, then after that, save this file, MySQL workbench. I'll be showing you. There is a database called AB school. You can see here AB school is there. So make sure you also provide the database which is present inside your database. Okay, then after src main java, you have to select src main java, control N. You have to create a class. So we'll be creating a class. So now I will be creating one package, skss.emp I will keep. Now here I will be creating emp DTO. So I told you in every project first we have to design DTO layer. So now on the top of this DTO we will be providing entity annotation in order to get the table for this class. Okay, if we provide this entity annotation, it generates a table. Hibernate generates table emp DTO. Okay, and then we'll be mentioning @ID, which generates primary key for this table. Private int ID, private string name, private double salary, and then generating getters and setters. We have to select all, click on generate. After that, alt is again, click on to string, make sure last member is given, click on generate. So our DTO layer is completed. Next, in the same package, means select the same package, select com.skss.emp, control N. So select the class, click enter. Here you have to provide empdo, click enter. Now inside the DAO layer, you have to provide entity manager factory, ENAMF, something you provide. You can see I got suggestion, just click enter, select that and click enter. See, once again I'm showing you, just type EMF, control space, and use arrow buttons to select entity manager factory from Java Persistence. Each and everything annotations from Java Persistence package. Remember that. EMF equals persistence class. You have to import dot create entity manager factory. Here you have to provide the persistence unit name that you provided inside the persistence.xml, that is EMP. Copy this, go to DAO layer and paste here. Okay. Next, entity manager. Type entity manager. Click enter. EM equals to EMF dot create entity manager. Next, entity transaction. ET equals to EM dot get transaction. Now we are creating save method, public void save. Here we have to pass DTO as the argument. EMP DTO. DTO. Now we have to begin the transaction. Begin em dot persist. Next, commit the transaction. We can write data is saved. Then after, we can access the data using the ID. Can access the data using just ID. Public. Okay. Now what we will do is retrieve by ID. Just we need to pass the ID. So for that, first emp DTO equals entity manager dot find. Okay, here we have to provide the class emp DTO dot class. So here we need to pass the ID. That's it. And DTO. Done. Next one is public void. We can remove, delete the help of ID. So now first we have to retrieve the same way. We'll be copying this and just paste here. So here we have to begin the transaction to delete also. Remove. For remove method we are sending DTO object. DT dot commit. And only the changes will happen. Data data is deleted. Right. So we are completed with delete method also. Very simple. To save the data, we are using persist. To retrieve only one particular data, we use find. In order to retrieve one data, we are using remove. And the next one is update. We need to update the data. Update. For this also we have to send empdto dto. So here we will be maintaining transaction here as well. Begin and dot merge. There is a method called merge. Just we need to collect the data from DTO of updated commit and then update. Next one is public void find all. So here it's very simple. In case of find all, we don't have any methods. So for that, we will be writing one query. Okay. So at the same time, we have to use query interface. Query, it's always should be imported from javax.persistence. Be careful here while importing that javax.persistence. Query q equals entity manager dot create query. To select create query method only, and here we'll be writing select query. Select e aliasing is must emp dto as it is. Next we'll be writing SOPLN statement q dot get result list, be getting in the form of collection object. So these are all the CRUD operations. So the next layer, after designing this DAO layer, we'll be creating one more layer, that is controller. EMP controller. But in this also we require main method. So first we'll be creating DTO. DTO equals new of EMP DTO. DTO dot set ID 1. DTO dot set name Rangaya. DTO dot set salary. Then after collecting DTO, after collecting the data inside DTO, I have to create DAO. DAO equals new of EMP DAO. Then we are sending the DTO object to the save method of DAO. So now we'll be running this. You can see put here. The table is created by the Hibernate, and you can see empdto, all the data is saved inside the database. We'll be sending some more data. Oshaya, and we'll be running. The data is saved. We'll be sending one more data. Oshama. The data is saved. Now we'll perform the other CRUD operations. So now I want to retrieve. So what I will do, I will be calling retrieve by ID. I want to retrieve the Pochamas details. Now I'll be running. So while retrieving, you have to comment the save. Okay. So you can see Pochama details are retrieved, and then I want to retrieve all the data. I have to comment it out. I'll retrieve all the data. Find out. Now you can see all the data at once. See here, Rangaya, Poshaya, and Pocham. Okay. Next, I will be commenting this. The next one is delete. I will delete one data. I will delete Pochamas. Right, data is deleted. Okay, now I will be commenting this and I will retrieve all the data once to check whether it is deleted from database. Rangaya, Poshaya, right? Only two details. So successfully it is deleted. Now I want to update the details of Poshaya. So Poshaya's salary will be increased to 60,000. So in that case, Poshaya's ID is 2. Name is Poshaya 60,000. So incremented. Now I will be calling I will call update method. You have to pass ID also. Okay. Now I'll be running. Okay, updated. The data is updated. Okay, you can get a clear understanding of this application if you practice. You have to practice more and more. Okay, then only you can get clear idea about this. Thank you guys. I'll be uploading more videos like this.